Hello, everyone. So, with the latest controversy on the news of privacy and search engines, and I know recently DuckDuckGo has gotten quite a lot of coverage about not blocking some trackers by Microsoft, specifically in the web browser, not actually in the search engine. And in recent times, I know Brave released their search engine quite about a year ago. So I thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun to put up two search engines against each other, put in the same search terms, and see what results come up? This, of course, is by no means a scientific experiment, and I will be honest, I did not put in controversial search results. The If you want to do that, you're welcome to do that yourself. Again, that's at your own discretion. So something, of course, to bear in mind is DuckDuckGo or DDG gets a lot of its search results from Bing or Microsoft's Bing in the back end, whereas Brave has their own indexer as well as will also supplement search results with Google or Bing as well. So, starting off with a really simple search, I'm gonna just type the term Linux or Linux and see what comes up and how to compare the results. So immediately, both look pretty much identical to each other. As you can see, the first result is linux.org and a Wikipedia link on DDG, and exactly also the same on Brave side as well. Moving down the list, again, linux.com, Wikipedia, a couple of news articles. What I do like on Brave side though is it immediately just show in the news a couple of video options, and if you don't not happy with the results, you can actually go and find additional search results from Google, Bing, or Mojig. Both results really look pretty similar to with each other. Nothing standing out here, so could say that simple terms a bit of a tie. Although I do like the additional in the news and videos portion that Brave shows. It reminds me of Google. But again, there's nothing stopping one from doing the same in Brave, sorry, in DuckDuckGo, and actually just clicking on those relevant links yourself. Okay, so let's do a different term and let's do Linux training free. And of course, the same search term on the other side. Okay, so both results right now. First two, pardon me, three results absolutely identical to each other. Moving down on DuckDuckGo side, more examples, more additional links you can search at. What I do like here from Brave is you'll see all the discussions. So sites such as Spiceworks or Reddit comments are actually all grouped together, which I think is pretty nice. So you don't get that extra info just flooded on the rest of the search results. And of course, if you want more, you can just click the show more button. And of course, it will show you more results, although mainly from Reddit in this case. Scrolling down here, really not much else to write home about. Of course, the by default Brave search results are more on a page, but again, you can just hit the more results button on DuckDuckGo and you will get pretty much exactly the same thing. So, with such simple search terms, uh, really so far the only difference has really been how the same content is laid out. Something that's not Linux related, so let's do global news today. And I just want to copy that as well and add that on this side. Okay, so now when it comes to global news today, now DDG is showing us some recent news results that we can just scroll through. Again, Brave is doing exactly the same thing. What is interesting, it's actually slightly different news results as well. So that's actually interesting. Doesn't mean much, obviously, just a different aggregator, but still. First link, Global News CA. And the other one, moving over, Global News CA. What are the chances? Okay, moving down, just general news sites, news terms coming up on DuckDuckGo side. Brave showing us very similar news sites as well. Again, throwing in a YouTube link in the middle and some Twitter, World News, New York Times, etc. But let's actually go to the dedicated search news pages. So let's go to news there and news on this side. And okay, so we can start seeing some of the same news results, talking about global plastic consumption and global machine visions. You can see even the same thumbnails from the same news sources. Scrolling down on the list, yeah, pretty similar. Scrolling more down, yeah, let's say here, when you actually go to the specific news portion of the relevant search engine, definitely DuckDuckGo gets more results. But the top results between both search engines is exactly the same. Let's search for chip shortage. Don't know why I have cap locks on that. And we all know about the global chip shortage. So again, this comes up on DDG as recent news, and you can see articles ages is between 3 days and the last 21 hours. Um, Info from Intel, general Wikipedia link, general search results about the industry, we would expect. On Brave's results though, so Brave's videos that is talking about mostly relevant, although there's from December 2021, March and February this year. Uh, let's scroll down a bit. Yeah, more additional numbers on the chip shortages, news articles. Again, Wikipedia article. For this example, it's both pretty much like the others, and the search results are basically pretty much the same. I will say from just quickly glancing over, it's actually very difficult to see which one has more info. Really, I'd say they're both pretty much the same. Nothing really stands out on either side. So I will say the DDG's results do seem to be a little bit newer for that term. But let's do something general. So, like, how big is a football field? I think it's 100 yards. Let's check. Okay, so DDG talks about how many acres is in a football field. 120 yards. Okay. Cool. And on this side, here, we immediately get a Wikipedia link that talks about game measures about 100 yards. Yay. Okay, that's pretty cool. And no Reddit links at all, no video links initially on DDG. Brave again has got quite a couple of Reddit links under discussions, asking the same question in metrics as well. And then the rest of the answers below is the same question, just asked by different people or displayed by different websites. So not too different over there. So let's do something else and go. I think a quite common one is this day in history. This day in history. Let's check. Okay, so both first point to history.com's this day in history, and on this day in history showing up in DDG, and it is also in Brave just further down on the results. Although if you see, for some reason, Brave just has something here where it says calendar, but it is trying to get the data from onthisday.com. So, okay. It's not. I can see what they're trying to do and trying to pull in the data the same type of way as Google displays the data, but uh, yeah, that's not very useful in this state. Okay, well, let's move on. What year was Unix created? And same term on the other side. Okay, Wikipedia article on DDG talking about 1969, about laboratories, and let's check on Brave. So Brave again also gives us a Unix link to, or a Wikipedia link, should I say, as well as to the open group, and generally, again, showing high level origins of the information. Again, some of these websites might not be exactly the same, but you're getting the exact same information. So it doesn't really, in this case, for example, this type of question matter. Let's do something completely random. And how long is a lunar cycle? Actually, question's a bit broad, but depending if you were searching for month, day, or year. Phases of the moon comes up, lunar phases discussion on DDG, so that's what we would expect to see. And of course, yeah, exact same thing comes up immediately on Brave search as well. Heck, it's even the same image they're both pulling from Wikipedia. So, what is nice though is it does show you individual profiles as well of data from Wikipedia, so you can actually go and click on these, and if you want to get it from Wikidata or vocabulary curriculum, you can. And yeah, not too much else really to report on DDG site. So again, nothing really standing out that's difference between each of these browsers. Apologies, search engines. So let's do another one. Who wrote the song "We Will Rock You"? And the reason I chose that song was because it's the first song I could think of on the go. Okay, video link straight to Queen on DDG, as well as a Wikipedia link on Brave Searcher site. Though it actually shows the song as well as the actual member of Queen who wrote the song, and also Wikipedia link. So that's a nice little extra touch here, actually. Quite like that it's able to give that. Let's do some weather. So, what is the weather in New York? Okay. No, let's look in Fahrenheit. So, New York, see it's overcast. It immediately tells us what the current weather is in that side of the world. And really like that it shows it up easily here in a box on the border, pulling the data from, I believe, Dark Sky Forecast. And Brave lets us down a little bit here. Again, it does give us options, but it doesn't summarize it as nicely or as interactively as DDG. Which is kind of strange because it seems like both of these search engines, depending on what you're searching for, uh, will have the summary or the snippets. So it is very interesting. So I'm just gonna search here. Does DuckDuckGo censor with a C search results? And let's ask that in Brave. Okay, first thing here, Reddit does, DuckDuckGo sends search results, Google does not. And let's check here on Brave side. So Brave side shows also some search results, more about from the Washington, New York Times. Again, a whole discussion overview that's summarized instead of having your Reddit results flooded in the main search like you do on DDG. But scrolling down on both sides is pretty much exactly the same. Results coming here. Oh, there's a YouTube video. Okay, perfect. What on earth? Oh no, I just said what on earth because of censoring results, privacy. And let's be fair, let's do the same search about Brave. Wouldn't be fair if we didn't. So let's do that here. Okay, what is Brave Search? Brave Search and pre-search. They don't censor, don't censor. Are there search engines that don't track you? Concepts, censorship, and on Brave Search, again, same results, especially from Brave.com coming through. Again, in all honesty, so far, both search engines give pretty much the same results. One or two of the results are a bit different, or the way the data is laid out, but so far it's really pretty much the same. Personally, I prefer the layout of the way Brave shows some of the data, but that's just because it reminds me of Google, and I used to use Google quite a lot. Okay, let's do a little bit of basic maths. So 32 times 200. Okay, immediately shows us a normal calculator. And quite interesting. DuckDuckGo, correct result. Brave, correct result. I'm going to nitpick. So, of course, DDG, normal non-scientific calculator. I don't know if you can change that. On Brave, it actually gives you a more scientific calculator with trigonometry. Although I would hope that one or people that are doing trigonometry are not going to be doing it in a search engine and on a dedicated calculator. But hey, each to their own. Maybe there is someone out there that's doing that. Let's do 0 divided by 0. We should get an error. Yes, we do. Correct, because we cannot divide by 0. If I do this term in Brave, okay. Brave opts to rather talk about the non-routable for IP addresses and give us in the new search results about the Queen's Jubilee. Huh. Okay. Wow. Didn't expect that result. Okay, well, I think it's pretty obvious that DuckDuckGo wins that round by far. Let's do 700th place of pi. I don't even know if that search result would come up in Google, to be honest. Let's look. 1 million digits of pi on one page. First 700 digits of pi. That's actually pretty closer. Pi to 700 decimal places. Okay. Well, at least one search term coming up on Brave so high up actually does talk to the question, but I'm sure it probably also comes up on DDG. Or not. Huh. It actually doesn't. Wow. It's very weird. Sometimes the data can be so strangely shown up. Let's do MACD locations in England. Why did I choose MACD? It was the first thing that jumped to my head. No specific reason. Um, okay, both search engines talk to the UK. Find me restaurant locator list, which is kind of what we would expect it to show, and a locations map discussion. Okay. And well, there is no maps option in Brave, but there is in DDG, and of course DDG shows us the different results. So what do we see in short? Well, between these two search engines, really your results are pretty much very similar when it comes to general content, general searching. Um, there might be a couple of results that are more on the risque side that might be filtered out. I'm not going to try those for obvious reasons. But yeah, my advice is try both of them, see which one you like, and take it from there. As always, appreciate any comments, or if you have a specific search engine you like, please let us know in the comments. Okay, well, thanks and goodbye.